141 XRP or 1000 XLM? Do you own the right one or the wrong one? This is a question I'm seeing pop up time and time again, and instead of talking about price, today I want to dive a little bit deeper. Find out which crypto people own most and why. So if you own any of these cryptos, be sure to leave a like down below. And with that said, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so a quick reminder, for every video that we make on the channel, this is not financial advice and for entertainment purposes only. Nothing in crypto is guaranteed and you could lose all of your money. Stay safe and do your own research. Now, just before we get into the video, if you own XRP or XLM, you will be aware this is where fellow holders are storing their utility cryptocurrencies. It's the decent hardware cold wallet. Now, I want to keep this as simple as possible. This wallet is cheaper than the alternatives in the market. This wallet supports utility cryptos like XRP, XLM, and the tokens within their ecosystems like the XRC20 tokens for XDC. And finally, the wallet is very easy to use. Biometric authentication, OLED display, and 4 buttons to navigate. Buying cryptocurrency, storing it on exchange is the easy part. The next step in your journey is securing that cryptocurrency. And due to me being a partner, you get a discount and I get a commission, so it's a win-win. So if you're interested, go and check links down below in the description. So now on to the video, XRP versus XLM. Now again, with the price increasing of XRP and XLM, recent TikToks I've made in the past are increasing in views. One, which inspired this video, 400 XRP versus 3,400 XLM, which was equivalent to the $1,000 value at the time of this video, compared to $500 today. Now in the TikTok, a quick recap. Many people were explaining that XRP is the rabbit, right? It's loud, it's fast, it has most attention. And XLM is more of the underdog, the dark horse, a turtle in comparison. But I stated in the video, these cryptos are both turtles, right? They've been building slowly with partnerships, integrations over many years, and most cryptos burn bright by the thousands that are being created every single day and fade away very, very quickly. And then we went into their individual use cases. So XLM is more retail facing with a focus on remittances, right? That crypto to cash infrastructure. XRP is more institution facing with a focus on building payment rails, CBDCs, tokenized assets. So it's really that Wall Street versus Main Street play. And I said at the end of the video, pick which sector you are more bullish on. If you're more bullish on banks, CBDCs, high value corridors, go with XRP. If you're more bullish on NGOs, humanitarian organizations, remittances, go with XLM. If you're bullish on both, go with both. Well, comments from the video, we can see here a mix of all, right? Buy both, XRP, both, XLM, XRP, both, or XRP. And there's a clear pattern in the video. So the highest option was just holding XRP, second was holding both, and third was owning just XLM. Now, it's always been this way because XRP is a higher market cap and has more of an exciting use case. When people invest and are interested in XRP, they then find out about XLM and they usually end up owning both. No one really owns XLM on its own, very rarely. So, what do I believe in? Well, it's obviously both because these two cryptos are not rivals, they are both leaders. And it's recently been proven once again by this report. So, here we have FXC Intelligence, a research firm trusted by organizations such as the IMF and the Bank for International Settlements. And they recently released Cross Border Payments 100, which includes stablecoin issuers, banks, fintechs, and there's only 2 blockchain networks actually listed. Can you guess who they are? Well, obviously it's Ripple and Stellar. And FXC bases this list on real world factors like cross border payment volume, infrastructure use, partnerships, and out of all these stablecoin players, these 2 were chosen once again. There's a lot of other players here, right? Not just Web3, but Web2 also, that Ripple and Stellar have connections to. Now, you can't really see it, but you'll have to take my word for it. For Stellar, we can see MoneyGram, PayPal, MasterCard. For Ripple, we can say MoonPay, FOMO Pay, Bitso, and many, many more. It's just once again showing these 2 cryptos are ahead of the competition. Also, going into this list, it makes me choose these two cryptos over just one because many people still believe they are rivals. Right? If we go to the origins, Jed McCaleb, co-founder in Ripple and Stellar, we can see his reasoning for leaving Ripple to make Stellar was having a more open source and retail-facing cryptocurrency. Right? That's not a hostile leave; it's more mission-driven. So these two cryptos were split to infiltrate both halves of the new monetary system. XLM retail, XRP institutions. I'm going to focus on Stellar here and their mission, why it's a viable bet along with XRP. So we know that the world is inflationary, cash is dying, some countries more inflationary than others, some countries actually using the currency as toilet paper, being worth more than itself. And we know a lot of countries are underbanked and unbanked, right? And they rely on cash even though it's limited. Stable coins are the first step towards true digital cash, not Bitcoin, not Ethereum, USDC. It's stable, it's familiar, and integrated on Stellar. And with Stellar, MoneyGram allows you to convert USDC into physical cash in over 118 locations without a bank account needed. So it's solving the unbanked, underbanked problem and the inflation problem in these specific countries, allowing people to switch out of that into USDC. And it's happening all around the world right now. True crypto to cash infrastructure. So we can see that MoneyGram provides cash in and out options, transaction finality in around 5 seconds, zero fees on transactions, and they're active in the regions such as Latin America, Africa, and Asia. So it's not Bitcoin, it's not Ethereum, it's Stellar, powering USDC in global remittances. Many countries' currencies are currently collapsing. They're already using Stellar's on and off ramps. People do not adopt technology when it's exciting, they adopt technology when it's needed, and it definitely is right now for Stellar XLM. Now moving on to Ripple XRP, they're tapping into the deeper layers of the global money stack, like announcing partnerships with 10 governments to develop central bank digital currencies. So Ripple have built a full-blown CBDC solution, governments are integrating it, and more are in the pipeline. When we look at Ripple's clients, we think Wall Street, global banking. These are active payment corridors where they're using XRP as a bridge currency for instant settlement. We can also see endless examples of real world asset tokenization on the XRP ledger, a few being real estate in Dubai, and more recently, a better example of what can happen on the XRP ledger, collateralized lending. Pay attention to this clip very quickly.
Collateralized lending is pretty cool. So just to give you an example of what this part is, imagine if, again, capital efficiency here, you're a company who wants to be able to put through 20 million, 30 million. I see this a lot in startups. It's like you can make this unit economics make sense up to a limit. And as soon as you start hitting the bounds of actually the cash that you have on hand, cash starts becoming really important. If you can't actually move this through, what you actually want to do is go through people like prime brokers, what they do, and actually what you can do here. You can deposit assets so you will not have to liquidate them. You can actually get loans that collateralizes off that. So I've wanted to do $5 million in trading and payments. If I had $1 million in Bitcoin, $1 million in XRP, and I was able to hold that without actually having to sell it and to trade it, and then being able to be lend off that, and then having the settlement process where you can actually recycle it. This is a really, really strong thing. And again, this is why prime brokers exist. This is their business model. I think being able to do this on chain, I think this is pretty cool. And for me, if you have the payments network with the rails, this is what OTC desks cannot do. They can have FX, they can do this quickly. They can even give you some collateral. They don't do third-party payouts. So for me, combining these things together, I think this is pretty cool. This is a new model.
So through collateralized lending, you could borrow assets, crypto, by locking up other assets as collateral. So you may deposit XRP to borrow stablecoins. It truly is the future, and all these things are selling the vision that Ripple is so far beyond just cross-border payments right now, and is becoming an institutional platform, a one-stop shop for institutions. Right, some examples including tokenization tech, payment rails, compliance framework, liquidity and credit infrastructure, and lending capabilities. So when you ask the question, which cryptocurrency, are real people in with that question, it truly is both. They are complementary cryptocurrencies. But that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. Now, I just want to comment on the price of things recently because I'm seeing a lot of people call the top for cryptocurrency. And while corrections may be in place and they are in place in a bull market, large corrections at that, when we look at various metrics, right, one that's been pretty reliable for me so far based on XRP is that whales are still accumulating or holding strong. There's no sharp sell off just yet. When we look at the altcoin index, it's still at tame levels. And so far this cycle, it really has only peaked into the red zone for a couple of days, right? A week at most. Back in 2020 and 2021, we did see it stay there for a week, even a month at times. We have not seen that happen this cycle once. And also, I'm seeing a lot of people reference altcoins on Google Trends, right? This could be a top signal when you see it reach all-time high. Many people are thinking it's reaching all-time high, but the dotted line is the projected line of where it's going to go. Right now, it's still not at frothy levels just yet. But that is going to be pretty much it for today's video. If you made it this far in the video, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.